Hi guys, it's me with a new I Am Fun Size. Yay, the first one of 2020, finally. I know it's a few weeks into 2020 and it may seem weird to be saying Happy New Year, but I have been taking some time easing myself in slowly to the new year and kind of processing New Year's energy and thoughts and all of that kind of stuff, and doing a lot of writing and putting together some ideas for some more I Am Fun Size episodes. And when I say a lot of writing, so this is what my writing looks like when I'm writing. It is lots and lots of single spaced, squished together notes, lots and lots of stuff. And this is all just for today's episode. So when I say I've been doing lots of writing, I mean it. But what I wanted to talk about for this first episode is a little bit about that New Year's energy and how sometimes we can let it freak us out. So I'm going to actually use my notes, even though they're semi-unintelligible here, because I had a very specific experience this year that I wanted to share, because I'm hoping it might help some of you who might be starting off the new year a little bit conflicted. You know, I find New Year's energy for me, or New Year's in general, I experience a lot of conflicting emotions. On one hand, I'm super excited, like, oh yay, it's a new year and there's all this possibility and what's going to happen and all of this. But on the flip side, there is this sense of, oh my God, I have so much to do and I have to do so much and I have to set goals and I have to do this and I have to do that. And this year in particular, it was giving me a little anxiety. No, who am I kidding? It was giving me a lot of anxiety. And I'm not the kind of person who really experiences a lot of, panic attacks or anything like that. So I apparently do experience nose itching. So sorry, allergies. But I wanted to share with you this kind of specific way that I was able to break down what was going on, because I have a weird way in my life. I both tend to experience things and then kind of step out of myself and look at myself experiencing them, which is very useful for me as an actor to be able to replicate experiences on stage or feelings and stuff. But also it's sort of helpful for what we do here, because then you get the benefit of this person over here, this person who's watching things, rather than the cuckoo over here who's going through them, like all of us are going through them, because life is a thing we do. So at the end of 2019, I actually, for the first time in a few years, had some genuine downtime. Like I had a few days where I could just sit and read and write and not worry about being anywhere or doing anything. And I stayed in my pajamas 99% of the time, and really did some introspection, and it was lovely. And I found myself looking back on the year and seeing all of the things that I'd done. And even though I didn't maybe accomplish everything I wanted to, I was looking at the lessons. Like there was this very positive feeling going into the new year. But here's what was crazy, was as soon as January 2nd rolled around, because January 1st is sort of a throwaway because we're all, relaxing and settling in from whatever we did on New Year's Eve. As soon as January 2nd came around, I found myself panicking and feeling like, there's so much to do, and I'm so behind. And worst of all, I was feeling this hurry up, you have to catch up. And it's January freaking 2nd. It's the second day of the year. It makes no sense to feel like you're behind. And so what this person over here, who was looking down at this person, noted was that somehow what I had done, and this is where I think this hopefully might be helpful to some of you who might be already experiencing some early anxiety this year about getting stuff done and setting goals and all that stuff. I realized what I had done was, yes, I had, taken in the benefit of looking back at the year and seeing all I've done, but as soon as that calendar day switched, I sort of discounted all that progress because I reset the odometer. Or I don't know if any of you are frequent flyer miles people, but I reset it. Like you start at the beginning of the year and you have to fly that certain number of miles again to get to whatever you want to get. Like all of a sudden it felt like all of my work from the year before had been erased, and I had to build everything anew. And again, from up here, the grown-up in me realized, okay, well, first of all, that's ridiculous because you're the same person you were at 11:59 p.m. on December 31st as you are on January 1st at 12 a.m. Like, all of those accomplishments are still there. And we are a product of our experiences and what we do with them and our situations and how we deal with them. So all of that stuff comes together, comes forward with you. All of those achievements, all of those lessons, they're coming forward with you, and you're taking them in to this new year with the benefit of the wisdom that you have. Now, second, and this is something that I've told myself for years and years, and I don't know why I forgot it, and I've said it to you guys too. Your new year can be whenever you want, and I tend to think of my personal new year as my birthday, because that's really my personal new year. And so when I started looking at it like that, like it's my next trip around the sun that is my new year, I realized, okay, well, my birthday is August 30th, and so I'm about a third of the way through my year, and I'm doing pretty well. Like, look at all the things that happened, and this is just another day. This is just another date on the calendar, on the Gregorian calendar. It's not even the lunar calendar, so it's not even an international thing, let alone a universal thing. And that gave me a lot of solace to remember that I could take all of the experiences and everything forward and build upon them, rather than feeling like, oh my God, I have to start over. And really, I've said this before, I just hate the imposition of New Year's resolutions. Like, if it helps people, awesome. But I sort of hate this sense of like, what's your New Year's resolution? What are you going to do? I'm like, my new year can start any day, any minute, any part of the day. My new day can start. I can make resolutions all year long. Within a day, I might make 10 different resolutions and continue them forward. Time is something that it's a human construct that we use to make sense of the world, but we don't have to feel so caged by it, and certainly not so caged by the calendar. Like, yes, taxes and other things are dependent upon the year's end and certain dates, but other than that, there's not a whole lot that you have to do on that yearly basis. So giving yourself the freedom to reset whenever you want, but reset knowing that you are moving forward with all of the wisdom that you are carrying forward from the year before. If last year was a crappy year, guess what? You are moving forward right now with a hell of a lot more wisdom and experience than you had. And believe me, I've had some really tough years, really tough times at the end of the year before, and being able to carry that wisdom forward has only been something that's made the next year something more powerful to me, partly because I was living in gratitude for not experiencing what I was experiencing before, but also because I had this newfound wisdom and compassion for what other people were going through. And so hopefully you can take the benefit of, okay, cool, I get a redo because it's the new year, and I get a redo with after having already leveled up because it's a new year. And I get to pick when I do that because it's my life, and I choose, and I decide when New Year's is, and I decide when new minute is, and I decide when new month is, and all of that. So with that, I'm going to really quickly scan my notes. I know I never do this, you guys, but there was a lot of stuff that I wanted to put in here. So with that, I am going to continue to ease a little bit slowly into 2020. And what that means for our episodes here is that I'm going to be talking a little bit about some of the things I discovered or rediscovered or was reminded of in 2019 that are really important life lessons that I have learned. And I'm also going to be talking, I have a whole episode coming up devoted to, I don't like New Year's resolutions, but I do like themes. And sometimes they just come to me at the beginning of a year, sometimes I choose them. And there's been one that's just been popping up in my head so much over the last few weeks that I know that it's my theme for the year, and I think it's a really fun one. So I'm going to be talking about that. I'm going to be starting to talk more about things that I recommend or things that I have experienced that I want to share with you, like books. I have a giant pile of books behind the camera over here, books both that I am reading and books that I have read recently, and some really antenna fixing, antenna adjusting, really antenna adjusting ones popped up at the end of the year last year. So I definitely want to share those guys with you, guys, and those guys with you, or gals with you. So there's a lot of fun stuff coming. This was a particularly long one, but I'm super excited. I'm super excited for all of you. And yes, Happy New Year whenever you want it to be. Happy minute, happy year, happy day, happy whatever. It's your time. So you choose what you want to do with it, and you choose when things start. Okay? All right. Make sure to send me comments and send me messages at Anjali@IamFunsize.com. If you have questions and things that you want answered in an episode, please put them in there. Please subscribe. And most of all, please share this with other people so that we can get these messages out to more people so that they can live as big and as full a life that they possibly can. Okay. Bye.